I'm starting my life over with just a truck and a chainsaw, reviving my lifelong dream of running a successful cattle farm. It's going to be hard work, but we won't take this second chance for granted. I'm excited to share this journey with you as we go from rags to riches. Welcome to Cattle Ranch. Welcome back to Cattle Ranch. We're going to get busy early today. We're going to go buy a mower. We're going to start cutting some of the grass in the field north of our sawmill. So we'll head on out. We'll pick out a mower. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do a front and rear one. So we'll try to get what's best for us long term for when we get a tractor that has a rear and front PTO. But for now, we'll head to the store and get started on that. All right, let's head on in and talk to them and look at their catalog of mowers that will be compatible with our tractor. First, take a look here. We have 170 horsepower, 6 tons. I believe that's the capacity it could pull without struggling. So we want to keep in mind the expansion of purchases. So I think this is the set we're going to want long term. 95 horsepower can pull it. We'll have to upgrade to a new tractor before we get the back part. 3.5. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Again, keeping it in mind long term. We'll get that going. We'll hook it up to the back. And that will have to do for now. Not the most ideal setup, but we're keeping our eye on the used market to see if any good tractors pop up, because we are ready to expand. One tractor is not going to be enough very soon, and I really want one, like I mentioned, with the front and back PTO, so we can really speed up the mowing process when we get deep into it. But let's head on over to that new field, and we'll try not to bite off too much on this first process here. Need to decide if we're going to do a silage pit or bite the bullet for the expenses for baling and wrapping bales for silage here. Yeah, some things to think about, but we got time to think through it while we cut a lot of grass. We could cut some of it over here, but I think we're going to focus really on the new property and get to know it a little bit. So we are on the new land, but let's start after the sawmill here. Go ahead and get this lowered, and we'll just start cutting. Is grass dropping? Doesn't look like it. What do we got going on here? There we go. And that looks like about the border there. Look at the nice swath for us. We don't even need a windrower. Wow, that's a bonus. It's like another little section of trees that we own here. Wow, this is a nice little section here. Wow, we could do some good here. The brain is on fire with ideas. Try to get a little bit closer to the edge there. Get a good idea of our entire plot of land. These little trees we're not going to worry about. They're not a ton of liters of wood, so we're just going to go ahead and get rid of them. Definitely want to get the bushes out of the way while we can. And I think since the swaths are so close, it still makes sense to get a windrower, maybe a decent sized one that we can afford to bring these together just to speed up the work. And this area is not too huge, so we might bust it all out today. Oh, we missed a big chunk there. Let's try to not do that. But yeah, let's see how this goes. We'll watch the time. We got to make sure we take care of the greenhouses still. Other than that, we really don't have a lot to do around the farm, so it makes sense to utilize our time to maximize our money. And this looks like a lot of grass, so looking promising. I think that's a good start. That's a lot. We still got the other half over there to do, but I think we need to get some more chores done around the farm first. And let this dry a little bit. So we're gonna park the tractor right there. We're gonna run over to the truck, move some planks around. Nothing else here. Did we run out of water? Oh no, we forgot to fill up the water. Let's do that first. Speaking of water, this truck sure could use a bath. All right, let's get these back. There we go. We got flowers growing again. That's unfortunate. Just thinking through here, we're gonna get to the point where this is just more, gosh, of a pain to maintain than it's worth. I mean, the money's great, but we might want to look into some other plumbing options or something to help keep this process going so we don't have to stop what we're doing every few hours to fill up these greenhouses. We got them going. They're back in commission. They should start, populating the goods for us again. Let's go ahead and get hooked up to the auto-loading trailer and get the pallets moved so they can keep spawning. We want to make sure we don't back up the sawmill. 5,000 more liters looks like all we got. Go ahead and take a, oh, crash. Take this over here, dropping off. Getting a nice little inventory here. Super excited about when it's time to sell this. Very nice. Well, since we still have some daylight, I guess we get some more cutting done. And then in January, we'll look into windrowers and make that decision on whether or not we're gonna do a silage pit or bales. Well, we got it all done. I didn't think we were going to be able to get it all done this month, but it is complete. We'll let it dry next. And then hopefully, once we get a windrower in here, gosh, I'm thinking baling would probably be best. We'll have to look at some of the forage wagons and see about that. But let's go ahead and put this away. And the last things we want to do for December is just make sure that we have enough water in the greenhouses to take a nap. All right, so we got all the little chores done to start the morning of the new year here in January. And we got 7,000 liters of flowers and mushrooms to go sell. Ooh, big day, $55,000. Beautiful. Let's go take a look at the catalog and take a look at some windrowers, as well as balers and wagons. And we'll also take a peek at the used market first. This sprayer, how much is it off? 53%? Yeah, we're gonna buy that. We're gonna need that eventually. Now let's take a look at the rakes here. We're gonna do it. We might have overspent. We'll have to come back with the tractor and get that, but long term, I think we'll be happy with that decision. Short term, not so much. All right, let's unfold it. Let's hope we didn't make a mistake here. I hope we can operate this. Otherwise, we might be selling some planks. Wow. This thing is ginormous. So far, so good. Uphill will be the question, though. Look at that. Thing of beauty. One of the things about the approach we're taking on buying equipment is we're not necessarily going to have to upgrade some of this stuff long term. It's going to live with us. We'll just have to keep repairing it. So I think some of these decisions are definitely going to help long term. Well, uphill seemed absolutely fine, so I think this decision was right. Definitely a great purchase. We got the windrowing done. Looks like there's some snow in the forecast, so hopefully we can get the baling done. I think that's where we're leaning, but I think we're gonna need to make a little bit of cash before we're able to get the wrapper we need, though. Yeah, that's gonna be the issue. And I promise we will get some storage very soon. I'm Socksway Up. Thanks for hanging out on this episode of Cattle Ranch. Things are getting interesting. We're moving fast. I'll catch you on the next episode.